The night my husband told me to sleep on the couch so his mother could have my bed. I realized love had left our house long before dignity did. My name is Danielle Brooks, and for 8 years I tried to be the kind of wife who swallowed pain quietly. I married Marcus Brooks, believing we were building something strong. What I didn't understand then was that I was marrying not just a man, but his mother, Evelyn Brooks, too. I share new life stories here every day, and I would really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and liked my video. Now let's jump back into my story. I sure you love it if you keep listening till the end and tell me from which part of the world you are watching this story. I am interested to know how far away this story traveled. Evelyn was disabled after a stroke years before I met Marcus. She used a wheelchair and needed assistance with daily tasks. At first, I had compassion. I cooked low-sodium meals, bathed her when the nurse didn't show, and learned how to lift her without hurting her. I thought sacrifice was love. But gratitude never came. Instead, Evelyn found pleasure in reminding me I was temporary. She'd say it casually, smiling. "Marcus had women before you, baby. Strong women. You're just convenient." Marcus never corrected her. Sometimes he laughed. The humiliation grew slowly, like mold behind walls. Evelyn criticized my cooking, my clothes, even my body. "No wonder you can't give my son a child," she'd sneer loud enough for neighbors to hear. Marcus echoed her cruelty in private. "You should be grateful I chose you," he'd say. "Any woman would leave with all this responsibility." I worked full-time as a medical billing clerk, paid most of the bills, and still came home to scrub floors and empty bedpans. When I cried, Marcus accused me of being selfish. When I defended myself, Evelyn would clutch her chest dramatically and say, "See how she stresses me out? She wants me gone." The worst part. Marcus began treating me like a guest in my own home. He'd take his mother's side in every argument. He'd give her my seat, my food, my time. Slowly, my voice disappeared. One evening, after a long shift, I found my closet emptied. My clothes were stuffed into trash bags by the door. Evelyn looked pleased. "I needed more space for my things," she said. "You don't need all that anyway." Marcus stood there, arms crossed. "Just adjust, Danielle. You're always complaining." That night, I slept on the couch while Marcus tucked his mother into my bed. Lying there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, something inside me hardened. Not anger, clarity. I realized I wasn't unwanted because I lacked value. I was unwanted because I reminded them of what they refused to face, that I was the only thing holding that household together. And once I saw that, I stopped begging to belong. I started planning. They thought I'd keep shrinking to survive. What they didn't know was that I was preparing to stand tall and walk away with everything they depended on. The next morning, I became quiet. Too quiet. I cooked. I cleaned. I smiled. Evelyn mistook my silence for surrender. Marcus mistook it for obedience. That was their biggest mistake. Over the next few weeks, I gathered documents, bank statements, mortgage papers, medical bills. I reviewed everything I had paid for. Turns out the house was in Marcus's name, but the down payment. Mine. The renovations. Mine. Even Evelyn's specialized wheelchair. Paid in full by me. I also stopped covering extras. No more groceries beyond basics. No more surprise prescriptions. No more utilities paid early just to help out. The house grew tense. Evelyn complained first. "Why is the fridge empty?" Marcus snapped at me. "What are you trying to prove?" I said nothing. Then came the letter from my lawyer. Marcus laughed when I told him I wanted a divorce. "You can't survive without us," he said. "You think anyone wants you?" That's when I handed him the folder. Inside were receipts, transfers, proof of financial neglect, and documentation of emotional abuse. Evelyn watched from her wheelchair, face pale, as Marcus's confidence drained. "You've been using my income to control me," I said calmly. "That ends now." The court proceedings were quick. I didn't take the house, but I took what mattered. My contributions were reimbursed. Spousal support was denied to Marcus. And the judge made it clear Evelyn's care was never legally my responsibility. On moving day, I packed only what was mine. Evelyn tried one last time. "You're abandoning us," she cried. Marcus said nothing. He couldn't look at me. I paused at the door and finally spoke. "I didn't abandon you," I said. "I survived you." Months later, I live in a small apartment filled with peace. No insults. No fear. Just quiet mornings and laughter that doesn't feel forced. I learned something powerful. The people who work hardest to make you feel unwanted are usually terrified of what happens when you leave. And when I walked away, I didn't lose a home. I reclaimed myself. Thanks for watching till end. Please like and subscribe my channel. I will be very thankful to you. Sometimes life takes turns we never expect. Every person in this story carried their own pain, their own choices, and their own consequences. Maybe you saw yourself in one of them, or maybe it reminded you of someone you once knew. What do you think happened next? What would you have done if you were in their place? If you have any questions about what happened to the other characters, or if you want me to share more about them, just comment below. I read every message you leave, and your thoughts truly mean a lot to me. And if this story touched your heart, inspired you, or even made you think differently, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me keep sharing stories that move people, open minds, and remind us we're all human. At the end of the day, your support keeps these stories alive. Thank you for watching, for feeling, and for being part of this journey. More powerful stories are coming soon. Stay tuned and stay kind.